your man.
I didn't say that. I said he's fantastic.
All right, I think I got a word in.
I sort of know
Here,
who
let me
I'm
turn this
going
on
to
quick.
pick.
We got Trump here talking about, I don't know. I was getting this shit ready, so let's watch.
Believes in low interest rates, and we all do. But sometimes you have to raise them
Trying
to
to do
stop
something a little
inflation. And the
different
worst
than,
inflation, I guess,
getting
essentially that
all
we've
the
ever
time,
had in the
you
Biden
know.
administration, and it really hurt people.
Yeah,
You know, costs are
so
way down.
much.
Our energy costs are way down, and you know when energy.
I don't want to
comes down,
make it
everything
my
comes
job,
down.
really,
Brought
so
down the price of groceries,
maybe I can pivot
specifically the price
to
of
streaming
eggs.
or
That first week
making
when we
videos, something
were
else.
talking about
We'll
eggs,
see.
I said, I know nothing about them. I just got here. That's Biden's problem, but we got the cost of eggs down to really low numbers. So we brought costs down for people, and you know, it's something I said. And the Democrats have this false narrative. They say, "Oh, costs went up."
Man,
They just say things that it's just like incredible. If you look at energy, I think you're going to be at $2 a gallon with cars very shortly. $2. It was $4, $5 under the Democrats. That's a huge. It's like a massive tax cut. And speaking of tax cuts, we gave you the largest tax cut. That's a huge. It's like a massive tax cut. And the largest tax cut in history. And there'll be no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, no tax on overtime. One of the big things you get is you buy a car and you borrow money to buy the car. You're allowed to deduct your interest, which, Scott, has never happened before. You know, rich people like to talk about deductions. Middle income, they never gave them deductions. I got them. One of the best deductions, an interest deduction. So it's great. Jennifer, please.
Yeah, a couple questions on the G20, sir. Is there any update on your plans to attend this year's G20? And then are you saying for next
I
year?
won't be going this year. It's in
G20
South Africa. I won't be going.
Is that why I also
JD will be going.
I saw that.
Great vice president.
That was opening
And he looks forward to it. But no, I won't be going to that.
And then I guess for 2026, are you saying it'll just be exclusively the 19 countries and the 2 blocks? There won't be any?
No, we're going to invite other countries as observers. They call them observers, but they'll have something to say. But we're going to invite Poland. Already I've issued them an invitation. They're great. They were just here, as you know. Great leader, great new leader. One of the big surprises, I was so happy I endorsed him, actually, and he won. And he's going to be a great leader of Poland. But I've invited Poland already.
Working
Oh, that's interesting. I haven't thought of that.
over here.
No, I haven't thought of that. That's an interesting question. I'm going to think about that for a little while.
Mr. President, you just mentioned that the tax cut bill. Why the
You talk when I talk?
one big beautiful bill?
Oh, I just save words. I said the bill. It's one big. I actually call it the great. I actually call it the great big beautiful bill. But it's a lot of words.
Is that how you want
You know.
Republicans to kind of
Awesome
talk about
words.
it?
No, I don't, you know, I just want them to say what's in it. It's an incredible bill for the middle class, for the working person. You know, we are a party of the working. It used to be the opposite. The Democrats were for the working people, and the Republicans were supposedly for the rich. The Republican Party's taken in millions of people, and the Democrats have lost millions of people. They've gone crazy. Honestly, I think they're crazy. What's happened to them, I don't know. They suffer major Trump derangement syndrome, and it's turned out to be actually a disease, but it's a disease of weak people and stupid
got
people.
arcade,
Because all we do is we cut taxes, we create great policy. Their policy is so terrible. They refuse to acknowledge, as an example, I see today, it's a big debate again, the women. They don't want men playing in their sports. They don't want it. The Democrats want men to play in women's sports. I saw the great governor. We have Governor Youngkin talking about it today, that the woman who's running against our Republican candidate, who's excellent, is like so much into the, men being able to use women's bathrooms. Okay, what's that all about? Men playing in women's sports. Wants open borders. Again, they want actually, after what we've gone through with millions, I think 25 million people came in from prisons, from mental institutions, drug dealers, drug addicts. They're pouring into it. They poured in. Now we have none coming in. The border's been sealed for a long time, actually almost since I got into office. Remember when the Democrats said we need legislation? I didn't have any legislation. I said close the borders. And now the borders for the last 4 months, not one person has been allowed to come into this country illegally, not one. Done by people that would normally like to see you look bad. Those are the numbers. So it's been an amazing job. Yeah, please.
Mr. President, this is going to be a major event and a major meeting for South Florida, for you, for Mayor Suarez. I know this is not until next year in Miami, but do preparations begin today? And if so, what is being done?
They've already begun. We will first have to deconflict our Basel with the dates, and so we have already started doing that. And so thanks to the President's team.
He started a long time ago, actually. If you knew him, he was working on this long before this press conference.
Yes, sir.
It's in good shape. Going to be great.
And real quick,
Yeah, Mr. President, we learned this morning that we've lost 78,000 manufacturing jobs this year. How do you explain?
Well, one thing we have is, we have the interest rates are too high. That was, a matter of the Fed. But the other thing is, so many different elements aren't included yet. And one of the things we've learned, and we learned that the hard way, watching over the last few months, are the corrections that people have been making. They'll say you're losing jobs, and then they'll say, by the way, we have a correction a month later of 100,000 jobs are missing. They actually had a correction once of 850,000 jobs. But I'll let Kevin just speak about that a little bit, because I heard him speaking about it this morning. I thought he did very well.
Thank you very much, sir. Well, I think that if you look at the indicators, there's capital spending boom, industrial production at an all-time high. The Atlanta Fed says GDP now is north of 3%. And so all the indicators are saying that things are really strong. And what we've also seen is that Goldman Sachs put out a study yesterday that said that the August number tends to be really messed up because of seasonal adjustment things, and they tend to be revised way up. And so I think if they were revised up, which has happened on average over the last 15 years by about 60,000, then everything else would make sense. But right now we're puzzled about the BLS numbers and looking forward for new leadership there to make it so that the numbers are more reliable.
And again, we're building, they've started building all of these factories and plants, including car factories. Car factories are coming back. We lost more than 50% of our car production over the years. And I think we're going to get all of it back. It's coming back in really rapidly. Really, we're building a lot of car plants. Indiana, places that you don't think of it so much are taking, but also Detroit. Lots of places it's coming in where I think we're going to get everything. We've lost it over a period of 40 years, and I think we're going to get it all back in a very short period of time. And big ones, big plants, incredible plants that were never going to come back. Without the tariffs, they wouldn't have come back. And I think without the election on November 5th, they wouldn't come back either. The election was very important also. Yeah, please.
As we've been here, Mayor Adams of New York has announced that he's staying in the mayoral race there. Can you react to that, but also tell us?
No, I mean, he has to do what he wants to do. No, I mean, he's free to do what he wants. It would seem to me, and everybody in this room, including you, that the only way you're going to beat the communists.
I think they're working together.
Communist
It's a secret
which is
working
fine. I'll have
together.
to deal with
The
communists
Democrats,
in New York
Republicans
City.
are
I never
teaming
thought
up
that was
to
gonna happen.
destroy Mamdani
This is
because
something I didn't think was
he's a
gonna happen.
communist and they can't let it happen.
You're going to have to explain this
So I
one
heard
because,
Sliwa,
we're going to have a communist mayor. It would seem to me that if he stays in,
he is gonna.
if you have more than one candidate running
he's
against
like a
him,
part
it
of their
can't be
plan.
one.
I can't remember what the plan is.
If you have one candidate, if he's the right candidate, I would
I think
say
Adams
that
drops out, Sliwa goes
Cuomo might
in,
have
so
a
then it splits the
chance
votes
of
against
winning if it
the
was a
Democrats and the
one-on-one.
Republicans, so that
if
the
it's
commie
not
doesn't
one-on-one,
win.
it's going to be a hard race.
I think that's like the
And we'll get used to a communist, and he's going to have to go through the White House and get approvals for everything, and we're going to make sure that New York is not hurt. We want to make sure that New York is cherished and taken care of. And so I didn't know he was running or not running.
But you didn't offer him an ambassador.
No, I didn't do that. No, I wouldn't do that. It's nothing wrong with doing it, but I didn't do that.
Of course not.
As we understand that it'll be held at Doral.
Yes, it's going to be a Doral, yeah.
You considered that with the G7 last time you decided against it. Why go forward with it?
Well, I think that everybody wants it there because it's right next to the airport. It's the best location. It's beautiful, beautiful everything. They actually requested that it be there because location is the best. And we will not make any money on it. We're doing a deal where it's not going to be money. There's no money in it. I just want it to go well.
No money.
And it's going to be each country will have its own building. I think it'll be really a beautiful thing. And Doral's been very, very successful. One of the most successful properties in the country. And frankly, it's the problem is in December That's the biggest month in Florida. So I'm, using it for, you can't get a room in Florida in December, January, et cetera, that area. And that's the time we're talking about. So from that standpoint, it's not good, but we want to make sure it's good. I think Doral would be the best location. And
It's gonna be a pain in the
they'll
ass
have
getting
their
there,
own
but we wanna
building,
make sure
so
it's good.
It'll be incredible for them. And being like 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes from the airport, and it's a big airport, international, all of the planes will be able to land, go right into their quarters. So I think it'll work out very well.
Earlier on your Fed answer, sir, you said that you're looking at maybe 3 candidates or
3
4.
candidates.
Should we interpret that you like Secretary Bessent in his current role?
Well, I like him too, but I had him as a 4th. I know I had 4. You were talking about 4. Now I'm talking about 3. He told me I'm not leaving. He wants to be doing. And if he was leaving, he would certainly be one of the people I'd want to. But I asked him specifically. I could ask him right now. Would you rather stay where you are as treasurer, or would you rather go to the?
Sir, I'm the only person on the planet who does not want the job.
Okay. He really told me. He said, "I love what I'm doing."
Should we assume
I wouldn't want to really take him because he is doing a great job.
are the top 3 still then Mr. Bush and Mr. Waller?
I am looking at Kevin also, and I'm looking at, I would say you could say those are the top 3. Good job. Very good.
Just to clarify, so you're saying that you believe Andrew Cuomo would be the best one-on-one candidate against him?
Well, I think if I'm only going by the polls. It's not an endorsement or anything. It just seems.
I think it'd be
he's
so
second.
cool if like Sliwa could win.
And what you
But he'll
do to
never
win
be
is you
there.
take
Never
the guy
be in
who's
there. I
second,
think
and
he's
you
run like
hopefully add one.
he's
or
run
two.
forever and ever since
But
like the
maybe if
70s.
The one isn't getting out, then he's
Dressing
not
up like
getting out.
rerun.
That's okay.
Take out
I
the-
think.
clean up
I
the
think the mayor's
streets.
a very nice person. I helped him. He was got caught up in a scam by the Biden
He's a
administration.
very nice
what they
person.
did. So I helped him out a little bit. But
The nicest person I ever met.
I would
the best
understand why he
person.
doesn't do it. I do think this. I think if you have more than one candidate, we've got ourselves a communist mayor in New York. And I don't like communists.
Oh, I
mayors.
see. Yeah,
don't
that's
like
right.
them.
That's
Yeah.
what he's trying to talk about. It can't be Cuomo and Adams.
All these slew of events next week, World Cup, G20, all America 250. Given this, what's your economic outlook for the year 2026? How much growth do you think is reasonable for us to expect economically next year?
Well, I heard, and we were on a very downward path with Biden, and I heard that the most we could do is 1% GDP, and now I'm hearing 3.2% and 3.5% and all. And our big year won't be really next year. I think it'll be the year after, because when these plants start opening up, it takes a period of time to build them. We're going to have.
I think
Oh,
people
shit.
are tired of.
Did
in
not mean to
history,
click on
there's
that.
never been anything
What
like
was that?
Because we're going to have more than
My
$17
bad.
trillion invested. There's never been anything like
We're
that.
still live, right? Oh,
If we did $1
right.
trillion in 1 year, and this is 6 months, 7 months, because we really focused on it over the last 6 months. But we're going to be doing. Nobody's ever seen numbers like this. When this stuff starts opening up, our country's being rebuilt. And by the way, Washington, D.C. is being rebuilt. In addition to the fact that we have a safe city now, and our National Guard was fantastic and worked with the mayor, worked with everybody, we're also doing a refurbishing of Washington. We're going to redo some of the roads, the surfaces. We're going to redo the medians. We're going to take the
that's
broken
crazy.
tiles
That
off the
needs to be
tunnels and
done.
put brand
That's
new
wild.
tiles up. And we're
I
gonna,
live in Virginia, and it's crazy how
regrass all the parks.
nice and
They're gonna be
smooth the
regrassed
roads
by
are,
people that
like
build
literally until you
world-class
cross
golf
the bridges,
courses,
and it's
not
like the
necessarily
roads are
people
shit.
that work for me, 'cause I don't
and,
care about
and
that. I just
potholes
wanna-
everywhere. It's
I'm
crazy.
very good at grass.
I've never.
Grass has
so
a life,
that's
just
good.
like you have a life, right? It has a life.
I'm right over here,
This
so
grass
I
has
know,
been up longer than.
I know
It's
where-
like 4 lives.
where that
Okay,
happens.
that's why there's a lot of areas where there's just no grass. But we're going to regrass all of the parks. We're going to. In a year from
Oh
now,
yeah, got to regrass all the parks.
won't even
You got to clean up the
recognize.
needles
Graffiti's
and then
gone,
and
the tents are gone,
feces.
the
What else
medians
in
falling
the,
into
you
the
know.
roads are gone, the potholes will be gone, the marble's going to be polished and beautiful.
And they put all the homeless in.
It's all going to be
in,
beautiful. We're working with
some
Clark.
kind of they got rid of them, I
Construction
think.
is, one of the, well, definitely the biggest here, one of the biggest in the country. And they've been great.
I
And
wonder if it'll stay like this. I wonder
We're
if
going to do about a 10-mile radius from the White House, from the Capitol. Looking sort of at both
once the
of
National
them,
Guard
go
is
right in the middle of
gone,
both of them and
it
start
might,
going circles. And everything is going to be spit-shine. When,
might go back to the way it was.
Poland came here
Who knows?
last week, and when other leaders came here, a lot of them have been here over the last 8 months. I I said, what do you think? And they said that we're a little surprised at the filth on the road. Now it's much better. We've got it much better, but we have to
That's
do
crazy.
some
My
construction
microphone's picking up
things.
my
I mean,
headphones
you
a
you have
little bit.
medians that are all broken and rotted and rusty and disgusting. And they're all gonna be changed.
Maybe that's better. I
You're
don't
gonna
know.
have
I
a
can't
very
tell.
different look. You're gonna have the look of prosperity, not the look of poverty. But the big thing right now, initially, is we have no crime in Washington.
See how that
Literally
sounds?
have no
That sounds
crime.
okay?
They said it's down 87%. It's not down 87. It's down
Monitor.
like 100%. We have almost no crime. People are going to restaurants that wouldn't have even thought about it. And I know families that have gone 4, 5, 6 times to restaurants over the last few weeks. And you people are in the same category. I mean, yes?
I agree on that.
Thank you. It's a whole different place.
Yeah, I
right?
bet the
Yeah,
people
that's
that have
very
to
nice.
work at the
And you're
White
so
House,
tough
I'm
usually.
sure
I like
they're
her
like,
now.
oh, this is
right?
nice. I don't have to step over
No,
crackheads.
because she was truthful.
Today.
Is that
That's
a correct
awesome.
statement, Brian?
Yes, sir, it is.
I heard you were actually mugged. You're a big, strong guy. I heard you.
Who?
No, you can't. You know, you say, thank you very much. Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Just out
Change the gun laws in D.C.
is a blue tent that originally was put there to be an anti-nuclear tent for nuclear arms. It's kind of morphed into more of a anti-American and sometimes anti-Trump at many times.
Where is this blue tent?
Right in front of the White House on the north lawn on the other side of the Black Gate in Lafayette.
I haven't known this.
But all of us in here walk right by it every day. It is an eyesore.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, let me
Take it down. Take it down today, right now. Nobody told me that. So you're saying there's a
Holy shit! Take it down now. He's like
morphed into radical left. Okay.
You.
Is it in the ellipse? Where is it?
No, it's in Lafayette Park. It's actually
Lafayette Park. Take it down.
holy
Okay.
shit! I can't believe that he just like.
health hazard because people sleep in there, they eat, there's rats. But also it could be a national security
That's wild.
risk because people
That is
have
wild.
weapons in there,
Okay.
weapons in there.
We're going to look into it right now. We have removed over 50 tent sites. Not 50 tents, hundreds and hundreds, maybe 1,000. I think it's over 1,000 tents, but 50 sites.
1,000
So I'm a little
tents.
surprised to hear that, but we're going to.
Were they all the exact same one given out by
Lafayette.
George Soros? Do you
Our
think?
Yes.
DC mayor has, of course, gotten on board with your plan out with DC, but the DC attorney general has said that he plans to, that he's suing you for
Yeah.
your realization of police. What's your
Can you imagine, we have an attorney general who's not related at all to the mayor, by the way. You know, it's a totally separate department. We've got so many separate departments. You have the district attorney has nothing to do with the mayor. The whole thing is crazy. But how about this?
What is he talking about?
We just set a record on
Lost me,
low
I guess.
crime in Washington, D.C., and we have a man suing us to let us go back to high crime. We're going to have to be here for a little while to make this really work long-term after we're gone. And so we're going to meet
That's
that
what I was saying,
head
yeah.
on, and I suspect we'll
If
be
you
very
don't stick around, they're going to go right back to the way it
And I
was.
can always declare a national emergency, because it was a national emergency. But right now, we have the safest city. We have now one of the safe cities in the country. We had almost the worst. I mean, a city that was as bad as some of the horror shows that you've heard about for years. And we're going to fix some of those horror shows, too. Okay?
President, the Google ruling today that you posted on Truth Social about, the Europeans buying Google. Can you?
So Google is a great company. Yeah, Google is a great company.
Oh, is
American
it?
company. Apple is a great American company, and so many others. And the European Union, I don't know why they do it, but they have been finding them numbers that have
Euro
been
trash.
astronomical. More so before I got here. But Apple paid $17 billion a fine in the last year. Apple, $17 billion
For what?
on a case that a lot of people think they weren't guilty of. And no, I'm going to be speaking to the European Union, but it's not fair. Google just got fined $3.5 billion, and they've already paid $13 billion. They're up to $16.5 billion. And people say there was nothing wrong with what they did. It's almost a
Is this
source
free
of
speech
income
shit
to run
in the
Europe.
UK?
It's become a source of income.
Is it because they let people
And
say
many other
stuff on their
companies
platforms,
do.
and so they're
Mostly tech companies, but
That's
we
what I would
can't let
assume.
that happen.
Oh, shit, I'm
We can't
hitting the
let-
microphone a little bit.
No, I can just say you can't do that. I mean, you know, they respect us now. They didn't respect us a year ago. European Union respects us. Look, they're paying us $950 billion, right? They got to respect us. They were very disrespectful of our country. I have great respect for Ursula. I've gotten to know her very well. And I just don't think it's fair that they're taxing, and really it's almost become like a tax. It's become so regular. And I've gone to lawyers and I've asked them, what do you think? They said, they didn't do anything wrong. We can't do that. It's not fair. And it's interesting. I don't hear that about China, and I don't hear that about other places. I hear it about the European Union. We were talking about it last night. I think we had a gathering. That was the highest IQ group of people I think any room has ever had last night, you know? That was about as high as you can have. All the tech geniuses were there.
Oh, that was
loved
last
their
night, that
computers.
picture. I
They
thought
would
that was
tell me
today.
more about chips that I want to know.
Did this come up last night?
Yeah, it did. It did come up. A couple of countries said, companies said that they were taxed by the European Union. It's interesting. They weren't complaining about, in that regard, China. They weren't complaining about other places. It's the European Union, and they have. Apple was again forced to pay $17 billion last year. So I think we're going to change that around. It's just not fair. We don't want that to happen to our companies. And you know, if somebody does that, we should be doing it to them. They've got to pay. Let them pay us. But we just can't do that to our companies. Yes.
Was Elon Musk invited to the dinner last night? I wanted to go back to the G20 real quick in Miami. You know, South Florida.
Yeah, Elon Musk was it's already been covered.
Was this a hard decision, or did Miami just stand out to you?
It wasn't a hard, really. I mean, look, it's got the weather. We're in December, so it's, you know, cold in some places, and that's beautiful too. Cold weather's nice. It's all nice, you know, depending on the
That's
city.
beautiful too.
But no, Miami really wanted it. The mayor really wanted it. The people down there really wanted it. You might just address that for a second, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah, as I said, I mean, a conference of this kind does two things. Number one is it puts us on the global map with the great global cities, and I think that's something that we've been trying to achieve
This is
for
Miami.
a generation. And I think number two, it's a tremendous boom for your economy. I mean, as the president knows, he has, you know, multiple
And
hospitality
I mean, you know, I
assets, and
think
the working people, Miami,
Trump's
the small
connection
business
to
owners
Florida
benefit
definitely
tremendously from the economic impact of a conference
influenced
like
that
this in our
too,
city. So
right?
it's an image thing, but it's also
You will let your
benefiting
friends
working people in our community.
get the economic boom, not some jackass in California.
That's an interesting question. I'd love them to if they want to. I mean, they can, you know, as observers. They'd be observers.
I mean, he wants people
I'm
on
not
his
sure
home
they
turf
would be
too.
an
Maybe that's
observer.
something we haven't thought of. That's
If they want to, we can.
it's a power
certainly
play.
talk.
You know what I mean?
Florida question, the vaccine mandates that were rolled back for school children. What do you think about that? What's your
Well, I think we have to be very careful. Look, you have some vaccines that are so amazing. The polio vaccine, I happen to think, is amazing. A lot of people think that COVID is amazing. You know, there are many people that believe strongly in that. But you have some vaccines that are so incredible.
Some crazy
And
people.
I think you have
dude.
to be
I
very
think
careful
it has
when you
been-
say that some people don't have to be vaccinated.
Well, I guess it's
a
YouTube. I
very,
shouldn't say
you know,
much
it's a
more.
very tough position. I'd give you an answer. I'll give you a feeling, but
Trump's worried
just
about getting
initially I heard
getting
about
banned
it
on YouTube.
yesterday, and it's a tough stance. Look, you have
Say the
vaccines
vaccine
that
is right.
work.
It's
They
work-
just
it works.
pure and simple work. They're not controversial at all. And I think those vaccines should be used. Otherwise, some people are going to catch it, and they endanger other people. And when you don't have controversy at all, I think people should take it. Okay.
One more follow-up on your comments on the taxes, on the upcoming tax.
I'm pretty sure the studies have shown that 75% of deaths in hospitals were from the vaccine, not from the disease.
Tax bill, because when you have an
So-
upcoming, we just passed the biggest tax cut in the history of our country. So there's nothing upcoming. There's something that we just passed. So
Watch,
we
I'll never get any
passed
views
the
ever
biggest
again.
tax cut in the history of our country for the middle class.
The vaccine works.
For the worker, and
There you go, YouTube.
that's the only
Although
bill
I'm
that
nobody, I'm
we're
nothing,
really
nobody
talking
watches
about.
my shit.
We did a good job. It's very comprehensive, and I will say the Democrats, if you gave them every point that they wanted, every point that they've dreamt of all their lives, you wouldn't get one Democrat vote.
Give them
They
every
really
point.
are. They've become deranged.
I'm
sick.
confused by what he meant by
It's
that.
crazy. If you gave them a list of the top 10 things that the Democrats wanted and you put them in a bill to get passed, you wouldn't get one vote. It's the only thing they have. They stick together, but they're
Oh, there you go.
dying.
Yes,
I mean, They down to 16% approval rating.
He tried to reword it because
the lowest rating in history for either party. And we have the highest rating we've ever had. The Republicans have the highest rating we've ever had.
On the National Guard, have you decided which city that you want to go into now?
Yeah, I have. I have. I'm not going to say it now, but yeah, I have. We're going to go into another place and straighten it out. And
hell yeah!
I will say this: I watched today. I didn't know that was continuing to go on, but Portland is unbelievable. What's going on in Portland? The
Yeah, it's a lawless wasteland over there, bro.
Destruction of the city. Well, I'm going to look at it now because I didn't know that was still going on. This has been going on for years.
Yeah.
So
the cops completely give up there.
We'll be able to stop that very easily. We'll be able to stop. But
I mean,
you know,
I don't blame
that was
him. I would
not
have
on
left
my
if I was
list,
a cop. I would have.
Portland. But when
just
I
quit.
watched television last
somewhere
night,
else.
this has been going on. You wouldn't be standing if you were the mayor. You would be. Can you imagine what they're doing? They're walking in, throwing smoke bombs into the store. These are paid terrorists. Okay. These are paid agitators. These are professionals. I watched that last night. I'm
These
very
people
good
don't
at
have
this stuff.
jobs.
These are paid agitators. They get paid money by radical left groups, not radical right groups, radical left groups. And they get paid a lot of money. And you see it with the signs. You know, they all have perfect signs that are printed. They look as good as that sign. Those signs aren't made in basements.
Oh, I know.
They're made in professional printing offices, and they cost a lot of money. These are paid agitators, and they're very dangerous for our country. And when we go there, if we go to Portland, we're going to wipe them out. They're going to be gone, and they're going to be gone fast. They won't even stand the fight. They will not stay there. They've ruined that city. I have people that used to live in Portland. They've left. Most of them have left. But what they've done to that place is it's like living in hell. Yeah, go ahead. Thank you for your statement before.
AP is reporting that you would be banning visas to delegations who will be attending the UNGA, the UN General Assembly, including Brazil. Your reaction on that, sir?
That who's banning them?
The Trump administration.
Well, we are talking about.
Shit!
We're very upset with Brazil. We tariff them very high because of the fact that they're doing something that's, very unfortunate. I love the people of Brazil.
What is Brazil doing?
We have a great relationship
I wasn't
with
paying
the people
attention.
of Brazil, but the government of
Looking at
Brazil
my
has
phone,
changed
answering
radically.
texts.
It's gone very left. It's gone very radical left, and it's hurting Brazil very badly. They're doing very poorly, very, very poorly. So we'll see.
And are you ready to reset relations with India at this point?
I always will. I'll always be friends with Modi. He's great. Prime Minister, he's great. I'll always be friends, but I just don't like what he's doing at this particular moment. But India and the United States have a special relationship. There's nothing to worry about. We just have moments on occasion.
We have a special relationship, huh?
With India, with other countries that you haven't reached a trade deal with, particularly Western.
They're going great. Other countries are doing great. We're doing great with all of them. We're upset with the European Union because of what's happening with not just Google, but with all of our big companies. They just, hit them with these unbelievable fines. $17 billion and $14 billion. And they use that money to run Europe.
Billion?
It's almost become like common. It's almost become a yearly occurrence.
Well, you took
like
away
it's a
their
tax.
tariffs that they've been.
So it's very unfair. I want to thank you all very much, and we'll
that's
see
it, huh?
you around. We're going to see you in Florida, but we'll see you a little bit before that, I suspect.
What are
Okay?
you having for dinner?
Thanks, guys. Thank you, guys.
Well, I'll be having something good here. I'll be at the White House.
Thank you.
Why would they
Thank you
ask
very
that
much.
question? Who gives a shit what he's eating for dinner? Why would they
Thank
say
you
that?
very much.
Thank you, guys.
Ridiculous. All right. Let's see. Well, yeah, that's pretty cool. I wish I had gotten on a little bit earlier. I was setting up my OBS thing here. And I was like, oh, okay, I got it all set up. I got the microphone working. I got my audio recorder working. I feel like I had to download some driver. Had to get the right cable. A bunch of stuff. But I got it working. And I was like, well, what can I do? Should I make a video? What can I make a video about? I was trying to perusing the internet as I do, looking for something to talk about or something to watch and then react to or whatever. And I was like, oh shit, there's Trump. He's talking right now. So I guess I missed the executive orders. I did hear the one guy say, oh, this is your 200th executive order. That is crazy. It's a lot of EOs. But yeah, I guess that's it for the day. I was really just doing this little test stream. I think everything worked properly, and I hope when I turn this shit on tomorrow, it all works again. I think that I was using my USB cable. I think I had like a charge only cable or something. It was real thin, so I found a thicker one. I plugged that in, and it seemed to work. So maybe I didn't even need the driver, the freaking tascam stuff. But I don't know. But yeah, I guess give me a like or subscribe. Give me a comment maybe if you enjoyed it. I'll see you later. Thanks for watching.